Coach, what can you tell us about the battle at left tackle? That seems to be the spot on the line that
I think there's a
been some
lot of good
competition.
battles going on. We got Emmett Boley, the transfer. He's doing a great job. Side Glass has improved, got bigger and stronger. So it's a heck of a battle, and I'm excited about the whole group.
Coach Kev, how we doing? Chris
Good.
Cartman, Sun Devil Source.
What's up, Chris?
Yeah, not much. How soon would you like to have it ironed in on who the 5 will be for the first game, and how close do you think that you are for that?
We're pretty close. I'm not ready to name any starters yet. I think you got guys that can play. I mean, on the right side, you got Des Holmes, and you got Chris Martinez and Joey Ramos. You know what I mean? Obviously, our center's pretty locked in with Ben Scott and our left guard. And then you got what's going on the left side with Boley and Asaya. And there's going to be guys that are all going to play. So.
Would you like to, in the first game, or maybe even more than that, have any kind of a rotation, or is that even is that possible?
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
Like right now, the left side's been going like every 3 plays. Now, obviously, we're not doing that in the game. You know what I mean? And then Joey, Des, and Chris have been rotating as well. And then once in a while, Joey gets shots at centers. So he's a pretty multiple first guy.
Okay. But so you think, is it possible then that the left tackle position is decided based upon how guys do in the first game, even?
I think it could go, you know what I mean? And then you're hoping somebody separates himself. And the same thing goes on the right side. Eventually, you hope 2 of those guys would pull away. But now, they're all good enough to play. So I've never done that, but I'm kind of excited about it, to have the ability to keep some fresh bodies in there. And they're smart guys, they're tough, they're athletic. I mean, so there's those 7 guys that are, I don't know, I think they could all play. So.
Hi, Michael.
Hey.
Hodrobino, Devil's Digest. Chemistry and cohesion is so important for the offensive line. The fact that you have about a handful or so of new faces, but I think for the most part they're all upperclassmen, has that really shown in your eyes as far as the acclimation process being smoother than it would be as opposed to getting like 5 freshmen or even 5 JC transfers?
No, 100%. When you look at Boley, even though he went to a Division II school, he's played a lot of football. Joey Ramos has played a lot of football, and so has Chris Martinez. Chris Martinez had a great camp. He's proved a ton. He's playing with intensity. Joey Ramos is he's unbelievable. He's just smart. He could just jump in different spots. Here's what I like about these guys. They like each other, and they hang out together. So there's where you get your cohesion, you know what I mean? And, they do a lot together, and I'm excited about that, Like right away off the bat, like Ben and LD were like, well, hey, so-and-so, they're cool, man. They come over to the house, and we really like those guys. So I really believe we have a tighter group than we had.
Tim Healy, ASU Radio. Cav, 2 questions. First of all, you just mentioned Joey. He's kind of your silver bullet. Where do you think his best position is?
Probably center, you know what I mean? But he could play either tackle, So, I mean, he is a real good athlete. He's got a savvy about him, just that experience. And, I love his background. He former wrestler. I think I've already talked about that. Jiu-jitsu guy, boxer. He's a tough son of a bitch, you know what I mean? So.
Second question is, Joey is one of the many newcomers, not only in your unit, but there's, 43 on the team. And I've been struck by how many guys so far in camp have talked about how tight this team is, despite so many new elements to it. Are you surprised? What's your take on that?
Not really. Just in my group, there was a reason why they wanted to come here, you know what I mean? I always say they had a vision, a mission, and, obviously passion. They all want to get coached, develop, and they want a chance to play in the NFL. So, I think they came to the right spot. So, but I'm excited, really excited about this group.
Coach Jordan Ham, Sports 360 AZ. In terms of Emmett's athleticism, how is he able to implement that on the field, and how does that help him?
Well, he's got really good feet and balance, and then body control. For a big guy. I always like to say that anybody see that windmill dunk that he had on Twitter. But I looked at that and I was like, well, I don't think there's anybody on our team can do that O-line, D-line wise. You know what I mean? But really good athlete, smart kid too. He has toughness about him. So, but he could pass set, he could run block. We're gonna probably play, have some pin pull plays. We like gap schemes where guys are pulling, and then, we run a little toss play where there's a pin and a pull deal, and they're all athletic guys. So it's with the first group, So
Where are you looking for him to take that next step this year?
just to continue to develop, with technique. Like you got all that athletic ability, now let's mold it. You know what I mean? And then, I talked to him yesterday. I said that when you look at the screen, that's your signature, that's your resume, that's your standard. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm striving to do, is develop him to be a hell of a player. Because he got the tools.
I know you're really always big on technique, big on fundamentals, but do you feel that having the majority of your two deep in spring practice maybe has you spending a little less time on those aspects now in preseason?
Yeah, but
camp?
we go out every day, you know what I mean? And we, to me, daily vitamins, you're working your drive blocks, down blocks, reach blocks, your combos, I call it top of the pad lift, so we do that every day. So, to me, my job is to develop guys, so I coached in the run and shoot, and I did the same thing, and June was like, what are you doing? But then at the end, he was like, keep doing what you're doing, you know what I mean? Because it's all about fundamentals up front.
But do you feel that aspect has been to your satisfaction just from spring up until now to camp?
Yeah, just little things, LD's big thing, just being consistent, Some guys got to work on their pad level, a little bit high. So I'm not a shoots guy. Like, to me, I believe in, like, putting a guy in a stance, and you have to train people to stay low. Old days, you get it in those shoots, you're smashing your head on the thing, and it just forces you to stay low. So to me, it's about technique and how you target and how you work on that.
Anybody else?
Coach, you mentioned Joey's versatility and how smart he is. If Des Holmes and Chris Martinez do really well on the right side, is it possible that Joey could play left tackle?
That's possible. He's doing it today quite a bit. So, absolutely. So, during one-on-one, he's gotten reps there. During team situations, he's got reps there.
What have you thought about Ben Scott's development as a center?
I love it. I think he'd be a great center. I see a guy that's getting better and better. Smart guy, makes the calls. It all starts with him, and he's been fabulous. I think he's an athletic guy. I think he gives a physical presence in there, and he's 6'6" and 310, I guess, somewhere around there. So I love that he's inside right there.
Kevin Derryberry, WTSM TV. Cav, take that note from Mr. Helio there. Like, we're buds, right? We're boys from the days. But, Cav, question for you. When you talk about your offensive line as it relates to the run scheme, is there a back that you've seen in camp thus far that seems like might be a good fit for your run game?
X is unbelievable. He loves his own scheme stuff. He likes the gap scheme stuff. But he's got great vision. He's physical. What I love about him is he's a leader. You know what I mean? And he sets the tone. If he doesn't like something, he says it. And that's freaking awesome to me. And then Daniel's had a great camp too. And Joe Connolly and those guys have done a great job with him. He's bigger, stronger. You know what I mean? Probably faster and better, condition. So we got a pretty good 1-2 punch right there.
Factor. That's got to mean something.
There's no doubt. The X factor. Love it.